Hi, boys and girls. It is Monday afternoon, and I decided to read to you Toot and Puddle today. And one of the reasons I have this globe by me is that when in this book, Puddle goes on a trip around the world. And while he is on his trip around the world, he sends postcards to Toot from different places. And I thought it might be fun to look at some of them where they are on the globe. So here we are, Toot and Puddle. The first page is really cute. They're playing baseball together. Toot and Puddle live together in Woodcock Pocket. And there they are, a very snowy place. It was such a perfect place to be that Puddle never wanted to go anywhere else. Look at him, he's in his kitchen. Toot, on the other hand, loved to take trips. He had been to Cape Cod, the Grand Canyon, and the Redwood Forests. One day in January, Toot decided to set off on his biggest trip ever. He decided to see the world. "Do you want to come along?" he asked Puddle. "We could start with someplace warm and wild and take a look at all of the stuff that Puddle is taking with him on his trip around the world." I predict that Toot says he doesn't want to go. I'm sorry, that Puddle says he doesn't want to go, because this is, hold on a second, yeah, this is Toot going around the world. Yep. Puddle preferred to stay home. And here he is watching TV. And then he decides to go outside. He gets all bundled up. "I love snow," he thought. And there is a picture of him outside in the woods in the snow. And then one day in February, Puddle got a postcard. And it said, "Dear Puddle, I've made some new friends in Africa. Is winter getting boring? Toot." And the postmark says from Kenya, Africa. And here is Toot with a bunch of hippopotamuses. And here is where Kenya is in Africa. Right here on the equator. So that is where Toot is, and Puddle is back here somewhere in the United States because it says to Puddle, Woodcock Pocket, USA. Wait, that's all we know. Meanwhile, presenting Puddle at Pocket Pond, and he's doing his best ice skating routine. Then March comes along. "Dear Puddle, Egypt is awesome. The pyramids are the greatest. Wish you could meet me at the oasis. Your friend, Toot." And here is Egypt, right here. So he was down here in Kenya. Now he's up here in Egypt at the pyramids. March meant maple syrup. Puddle wished Toot were there to taste the pancakes. And you can take a peek at how Puddle has all of his buckets on the maple trees, and he's collecting sap, and he's going to make his own syrup for pancakes in March. Now it's April. "Dear Puddle, can you believe I'm in the Solomon Islands? They're in the Pacific. I spend all day underwater. I love being in a school of fish. Has spring come yet? Your pal, Toot." And there he is. And I'll show you where the Solomon Islands are. They are over here. I'll move my globe a little bit for you. Here's Australia, and the Solomon Islands are right here. So that is where Toot is right now. But Puddle is having his own fun at home. Check it out. Yes, spring had arrived. Puddle was having mud season. Yay! And here he is playing in all the mud, and then he comes inside, has to take a bath. And it says, "I love mud" on the side of this bathtub. And look at that. Now it's May. "Hi, Puds. I'm in India. Or is this a dream? He must love it in India. It's your birthday, May 3rd. Hope your party is the best. Friends forever, Toot. And a lot of you know where India is already, but I'm going to show it to you. So he went from the Solomon Islands down here, up here to India. And isn't that beautiful where he is? Back at Woodcock Pocket, it's Puddle's birthday. For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny. And that's his friend singing to him. He looks really happy. Now it's June. Dear Puddle, help! Mountain climbing is scarier than jumping out of an airplane. Remember when I talked you into parachuting? Your friend in the Alps, Toot. And here he is. He's climbing this mountain, and there's a mountain goat up there. And here is a picture. It says, Puddle remembered. He remembered the parachuting. And here is Toot. He looks all happy and relaxed, and Puddle does not. And here is where the Alps are. Ready? Right here. In this area of Europe, kind of Austria, Switzerland, maybe a tiny bit of France, right there. So that is where Toot is right now. Soon he moves on though, because now it's July. And here is a picture of Toot and all of his new friends at Matador Camp. They're learning how to do bullfighting. And it says, Dear Puddle, you would love Matador Camp. The bull's name is Dendio. Bravo from Spain. And so here is Spain. And that is where Toot is now. He was here and now he's over here. In July, presenting Puddle at Pocket Pond. And instead of ice skating, he's practicing his jumps and dives into the water. Every time he jumped in, Puddle cheered, Olé! In honor of Toot being in Spain. August. There you go. Dear Puddle, August is cold in Antarctica, but I've made more friends here than anywhere else. Are you going to the beach this summer? I miss you. Do you miss me? Friends forever, Toot. Yes, Puddle missed his friend, and he went to the beach. See him? He looks lonely. And ready for Antarctica? You know where that is. Way down here. Toot is down here somewhere in Antarctica. Dear Puddle, bonjour from France. Art is everywhere. Love is in the air. Au revoir, Toot. And so here he is, back up here in Europe. He went from Spain to Antarctica, and now he's here in France. And Puddle decides to make his own art. He saw all the famous art that Toot was seeing, like the Mona Lisa, and he decided to paint his own, and he painted a picture of himself, a self-portrait. You can do that. Dearest Pudzio, Italy is heaven. It's one big treat. Your friend, Tootzio. And here he is at the bakery. And here is Italy. Right here, not too far from where he was in France before. Meanwhile, it was Halloween in Woodcock Pocket, so it must be October. Puddle decided to be horrifying. He made his costume. He looks like a monster, kind of. One morning in November, Toot woke up and thought, it's time to go home. So he must have written Puddle a letter, because look, Puddle gets the letter. He cleans up. He cooks some fancy food. He gets some flowers. He brushes his teeth. Yay, Toot's coming! He got all ready for his friend to come home. And here they are at home in their cozy house. Don't you love that? Yeah. December called for celebration. Here's to all of your adventures around the world, said Puddle. Here's to all of your adventures right at home, said Toot. And here's to being together again, Toot and Puddle said at the same time. And they toasted each other. Cheers. I hope we get to be together sometime soon. Toot was happy to be back in his own bed. Puddle was happy too. I wonder if it will snow all night, Puddle said. I hope so, said Toot. Then we'll go sliding, said Puddle. And skiing, said Toot. Good night, Toot. Good night, Puddle. And if you're watching this at bedtime, good night, boys and girls. Have a great day. I miss you, and I love you.